Welcome back to Grow Joyfully. Today my daughter and I both made it out here to the greenhouse, and she's being so sweet as to clean up. She's wiping down each counter, washing the windows, and what have you. And I am going to plant some habanada seeds. I finally got them back out here. So I'm just going to fill up about 4 of the solo cups and do the same process I usually do. Hopefully we can get some habanada seeds to germinate and be happy. I'm really happy I was able to save this many habanada seeds from my own little habanadas. So I'm going to get 4 plastic cups planted today. And then I'm going to also plant a few more tomato seeds. It's still January and I'm pushing it, but I'm just too excited to control myself. So right here I have the habanada seeds already in. The cup's ready. The seeds are put in. It's been watered, and I'm just going to put a little bit more perlite on the top. And here's the other ones over here growing on the warm mat with the grow light. I'm pretty excited about it. I just can't wait for things to happen. I know it's early. I still really want to try to grow some spinach and lettuce with the method that people like Suffolk Susie, and I can't remember who else was doing it, growing with the milk jug, where they cut the milk jug in half, fill it with the soil, and plant their seeds in it, water it. Then they tape the other half of the milk jug over the top, leave the lid on, and it's kind of like a terrarium effect. And it helps to keep the plants moist, keep them warm, keep it temperate, and help them grow. So that is on my list. That is a goal for me to do, so I'll see how, if, and when I can get that done too. So I'm going to finish up the cups. I've got some perlite mixed in there. I just like the better drainage that perlite creates, especially for seedlings. And this coming out to my greenhouse, while it's not very clean and tidy right now, it is just a haven for me and a wonderful place to get away to on these gray days. Started out really sunshiny this morning, but right now it's overcast. I'm sure it's no warmer than 29 degrees out, and it was 55 in here when I came in this morning, so that was pretty nice. So anyway, now I get the fun task of choosing what tomatoes I would like to plant. Easy but difficult, if that makes sense. Let's choose some. I got Scotch tape and scissors out here, so I'm ready to go. So when I cut a package and I take some seeds out, then I can just tape it at the very end and have it be all nice and secure. So that's helpful. I'm going to get these tomato cups pre-watered, and then I'll water them in as soon as I put the seeds in. I only have a few more clean new tags. My sister and I went down to the dollar store the other day to look for these and to look for some jute, and they were not out yet. We were able to find some of the little clippers or secateurs or whatever you want to call them. So I got a couple pairs of those, and they do have their seeds out at the Dollar Tree. So I just want to say happy birthday to my sister. Her birthday's tomorrow. She's a wonderful person. We've got 5 other siblings. We've suffered a terrible loss last June. We lost our mom, and we've been trying to navigate this grief and different family dynamics and taking care of all the things that happen once a parent dies. And let me tell you, it has not been easy. I'm sorry if I keep bringing it up, but this is part of my grief therapy, if you will. it helps me to be able to manage it more, especially if people understand and have been through it. And if this helps them at all, then it's worth it for me to talk about it. So that aside, I just wanted to wish my sister a very happy birthday tomorrow. Tomorrow is a very happy inauguration day. No matter what your political feelings are, what you believe in, I hope that you will just put those aside and be supportive and loving to the United States of America and its people. We are a great country. We are a great people when we work together, when we care about each other, and when we try to do what's right. So I'm so happy about the inauguration tomorrow and my sister's birthday. So I'm going to get going on these tomato seeds. I've already picked out in my head pineapple, Old German, and Cherokee Purple. These are part of the lineup of my favorite top 10 tomatoes. And while I plant them, I will explain to you why. In the house, I had divided my tomato seeds into 4 piles, and I was trying to group them into groups where it was the least amount of days that took them to grow, and then on and on and on. The ones that take the most are all 3 of these, of course. They take 70 to 90 days. They are indeterminate. They are vining. You have to have really strong support for them to climb up. They take a long time, and they are worth it. They're huge beefsteaks, and they're wonderful. The best tomatoes you'll ever grow. And both the pineapple and Old German, I've gotten over 2-pound tomatoes from those. I said that I had my favorite top 10, but I'm delusional because there's no way I can narrow it down to just 10. I'm sorry. I was able to narrow it down to 20. I'm pretty proud of that. So I'm going to quickly run through them for you. Mortgage Lifter. It's a beefsteak. It's an indeterminate, and it takes 80 days to maturity. Fabulous, wonderful, reliable tomato. Carbon tomato. This is only my 2nd year for growing it, but last year I was so impressed that I'm going to grow it again. It's a big beefsteak, 75 to 85 days to maturity. Pink Oxheart. I have grown this for many years. Somehow I stumbled upon it. I don't even know how. And I have just loved it. It's good for paste. It's good for slicing. It's good for everything. So it is an indeterminate. All of these are. And it takes 75 to 80 days. They just get really nice and big. And the one that's really close to this that I really like too is the Anna Russian. And that's going to be 21. Okay. Brandywine Pink, a fabulous large beefsteak, indeterminate, 85 days to maturity, incredible taste. And this is only my 2nd year for the Brandywine Yellow and the Brandywine Black. It might be number 22 or 23. It didn't produce quite as well as this, but then again, there's that year of where it's planted, how the soil is, how it does. So this one takes 75 days. That's not too long. Tiffin Mennonite really produced for me last year, and the tomatoes were big. It's an indeterminate beefsteak, and it takes 60 to 90 days. It takes longer. The Orange Jazz. It's kind of a strange tomato because inside of it, the cells, it's just like a little more crunchy, a little more firm in there, but the color and the taste is amazing, and they're very prolific. Again, it's a beefsteak, indeterminate. This doesn't say how long it takes, but I'm assuming somewhere between 70 and 90 days. Triple Crop is a lovely tomato. They don't get overly big for me, but they are prolific and wonderful. I heard about this one from Jess at Roots and Refuge. So it takes 80 to 90 days. It's only my 2nd or 3rd year for my Aunt Ruby's German Green, and I am blown away by it. I love it. It is a huge beefsteak, indeterminate, really wonderful taste. Again, I really wish Baker Creek Seeds would put days to maturity on the back of their seeds. They have fabulous seeds. I usually buy my seeds between M.I. Gardner and Baker Creek. Sometimes if I'm out at Home Depot or whatever, I'll buy one of their brands. And I also buy some seeds that are from Snake River Seed Cooperative. It's seeds from grown around this area, so I know that their seeds will grow well and do well here. But right now it doesn't seem like I have any of them. I'll just have to get to the store and find some. It's very convenient to be able to order Baker Creek and M.I. Gardener seeds just right online and have them come straight to your house. So this is a great one. Please excuse the dirt under my fingernails, but I'm a gardener and I will not apologize for it. Okay, Costrelli. I discovered this one about 3 years ago, and they grow really big. They're juicy. They're a delicious, amazing tomato. Takes 85 days. The beefsteak indeterminate. Gold Medal is one of my standbys, one of the first ones I learned how to grow. Beefsteak indeterminate, and it takes 75 to 90 days. Old German. I've only grown this about 3 years, and I've fallen in love with it. 2 years ago, it gave me my over 2-pound tomato. Last year didn't do quite as well, and you know, each year, different tomatoes, the same tomatoes, I should say, do different things. So you just get what you get. But it is a beautiful, sweet tomato. It's an indeterminate beefsteak, and it takes 90 days to maturity. This is only my second year for the Ananas Noir, the black banana, and I am thrilled with it. Totally blown away. It has a weird color, but it's a beautiful, delicious tasting tomato. It's a big, indeterminate, and this does not say, again, Baker Creek, how long it takes, but I'm assuming somewhere between 80 and 90 days. Cherokee Purple, one of the very first ones that I started growing. Pineapple, Cherokee Purple, Black Crim, and I think Paul Robeson, and possibly Dr. Wycheese because of Jess from Roots and Refuge Farm, and Gold Medal and Kellogg's Breakfast were some of my first long-standing, fall in love with tomatoes that I have grown. So this is one that I'm going to be planting today. I will keep out. And the pineapple tomato is just amazing. A huge beefsteak tomato with a slightly fruity taste, very much less acidic than the red tomatoes. Just an incredible producer, a very great tomato. Thank you, Baker Creek. So this will take 80 to 90 days too. Big Rainbow I discovered a few years after all my favorites here, and I am not disappointed. It is an amazing, amazing tomato. Beefsteak indeterminate, and I would say 80 to 90 days. Gold Medal. So it's a yellow tomato. As you can see, my theme kind of goes towards yellow tomatoes because they are less acidic and easier on my tummy. And they just have an incredible taste. These take 75 to 90 days. And here's Dr. Wycheese, or Dr. Witcheese, or Dr. Weish. Yellow. It's a big beefsteak tomato. It's kind of solid. It doesn't have the pink and orange streaking through it like Gold Medal and Pineapple and Old German. And it is an amazing tomato. Indeterminate beefsteak. Kellogg's Breakfast is a solid yellow through the center, just like Dr. Wycheese, and it is a yellow beefsteak indeterminate, and it's going to be around 75 to 90 days too. Last one in my favorite top 20 tomatoes is Paul Robeson. As I've mentioned before in other videos that it's harder for me to grow. I've never had an incredible, overwhelming, successful year growing this, and I've been growing it easily 6 years. But it's so tasty and just really awesome that I just keep growing it. Jess from Roots and Refuge Farms, she is the one that inspired me to start growing it. I really love watching her tomato videos, so I encourage you to go over to Roots and Refuge Farm and take a look at her. She's really an awesome person. So there you have it. This one takes 75 days. That's a good short amount of time compared to some of these that take up to 90 days. There is my top 20 lineup. I'm going to get Old German, Pineapple, and Cherokee Purple planted today. and then I am going to go in and get cleaned up and head to church. So I thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a lovely Sunday and you have a great day. And don't forget to grow joyfully. We'll see you on the next video.